after he said, that's on me, then he came right back in the next series and he threw an angry bomb to little Jerry Jeudy that tied the score. And it was impressive. That was highly impressive because that was an all-guts throw where he said, okay, I got you. I'm going to get your back and get you back in this game. And he did at that moment. And I want to point out to everyone, there was actually a point early in the second quarter in which Alabama led this football game 16-14. Don't forget that. From that moment forward, Clemson scored 30 unanswered points. 30 unanswered points on St. Nick's defense? That is ain't Nick strikes again. That's ain't Nick. 30 straight points.
Why you do that, Skip?
That's Big 12 bad
Skip,
defense.
why would you do? Why do you take
30,
one game?
30 straight points. Well, let's take 2 games in a row because my Sooners, once they got untracked in the second half, if we take the second half of the Oklahoma semifinal game and all 4 quarters of the championship game, Ain't Nick's defense got outscored 68-30. That's the score of those 6 quarters. It's 68-30, opponent over Coach Saban's Alabama Crimson Tide.
But y'all was out of the game.
That's horrendously bad. That's 68-30.
We're not counting Oklahoma because it was 28-0.
I'm counting it right now. And we have to, you glossed over this part, but we have to take Coach Saban to task because he got pretty crazy desperate in the third quarter because they came out and drove the football. They went 51 yards on 12 plays, and it looked like it was starting to click a little bit, but then they finally got stymied. They're down 31-16, which is the halftime score, and it's 4th and 6 from the Clemson 22-yard line. 6 yards you got to make. And all of a sudden, Coach Saban attempts to run the dumbest fake field goal I've ever seen in all my years watching football because I don't understand the concept of it. Because he snaps it to the holder, who's actually the third-string quarterback, named, what's his name, Mac Jones? Yeah, so it's to Mac Jones, who just stands up and runs forward with the kicker as his lead. The kicker is your lead blocker? Really?
But Skip, they're in field goal safe.
Okay.
They expected this.
Well, so did this Kirk Herbstreit expected it. Everybody's like, well, they could run a fake here, but it's 6 yards. It's not 4th and 2 or 4th and 1 or 4th and inches.
But you know what happened, Skip? You know why he did this? Because his field goal kicker, his kicker missed the PAT.
Okay, all right.
So he became.
I got that. It's just the concept is so simplistic that I'm saying that's going to have a hard time working because how many times has the immortal, what's his name, Mac Jones. I don't know much about Mac Jones, but how many times has he run with the football in a football game? I don't guess he ever has.
And definitely not up the middle.
Not up the middle. So it gets blown up for whatever, -2.
Yes.
And that was pretty much the football game at that point because then you're like, what?
And my thing, Skip, I tweeted at the time, if you're going to go for it on 4th and 6, why not keep 2 in the game?
Okay.
And let him throw the ball.
Yeah, I got you. That's fine. I'm with that, and they'd already gone for it on 4th down, I think, 3 previous times and made it.
But that lets you know from Skip.
Okay.
That lets you know right there that Coach Saban was coaching this game desperate because he saw the way his defense was playing, that the likelihood of him getting a stop, so he needed to stay as close as he possibly could.
Okay, and then it was classic Nick Saban after the game because he did, quote unquote, take responsibility for the fake field goal, but this is how he took it. He said, we thought we had a really, really good fake. Okay. And somebody didn't block a guy they were supposed to block, and so it didn't work. So it was a bad call. It's always that way. It's my fault if it didn't work.
That's what he do.
Okay.
He take responsibility, ownership.
There's this one lack of ownership line. Somebody didn't block a guy they were supposed to block. So Nick is saying, don't blame me. Yeah, I called it, but our guy screwed it up. Somebody didn't block who they were supposed to block.
I mean, I saw those orange helmets in the backfield.
Yeah.
A lot of people must have forgot to block, just not somebody, somebody's.
I think somebody had a bad concept on the play, but that's just me. Which brings me back to the Clemson Tigers and to a young quarterback who I tweeted after the Notre Dame game. I said, this is the next great quarterback, and he is going to be because he is 6 feet 6 inches tall. And he is athletic, as we saw near the end of the game, because he started running with the football. And he's got some toughness to him. And he's got a little bit of elusivity about him. And he has effortless velocity.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's the quickest release I've ever seen, and I'm not saying it's the strongest arm, but it comes out with some mustard on it,
And
right?
Skip, he was a very good high school player. All of Deshaun Watson's records he broke in the state of Georgia.
Well, he was the #1 quarterback recruit, right?
Yep.
And then he's thrown to that kid, Justin Ross, who was the #1 recruit in the state of Alabama last year and chose to exit to Clemson. And then he came back to haunt the #1 team in the country representing the state of Alabama.
But that's not a surprise, Skip, considering what Alabama brought back. Jerry Jeudy, who's the Biletnikoff Award winner. Smith, they got and Waddle, they got Tuggle, they got a lot of guys there.
They got a lot of guys.
And so he's like, well, you know, I can go to Clemson, step right in and play. But Skip, this is the first time we can honestly say that not only was Coach Saban's team outplayed, they were outcoached. That doesn't normally happen with a Nick Saban team. Tua played bad, Skip. On the second interception, now the first one I get it, he was a little inside, and you can't miss. You miss inside, that's what's going to happen. You get a pick six. But Skip, they got what they call a smash concept. Irvin Smith Jr., who's the tight end, he's going to run a hitcher at the top of the screen.
Which play are we talking about?
The second interception.
Second one, okay.
The second one. So they got what we call a smash concept, but what they do, instead of running the 7 route, they run Jeudy on the rail. Skip, he should never throw that ball because the corner, he takes 1 to 2. His responsibility, he's going to what we call overlap. He's going to play 1 to 2, or if you have alphabet, A to B. He jets out of there, Skip, so now just throw the ball to the top.
Okay.
Let Irvin Smith Jr. get the ball.
What has Tua gotten away with all year long in the SEC play? He's gotten away with, he sees little number 4 somewhere down there, and he just heaves it.
Yes.
And a lot of times it falls straight down the chimney right into Judy's little bread basket, right?
Yep.
And in this case, I thought he just heaved it up because he saw 4.
Yeah.
And nope. 4 is being outrun deep.
Right.
And it's going to be intercepted. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then again, Skip, you look. I was surprised. Notre Dame got more pressure on Lawrence than Alabama did. I was surprised how little pressure that they were able to place on Lawrence. And you don't, a guy like that who has the appearance to Skip, he's going to be a high draft pick. Unfortunately, he's got to wait another 2 years because I believe he's at least by next year, he's ready to go play football.
I tweeted this last night. That is so unfair because the kid you saw last night could be a pro football player. If you stuck him in this draft, I'm pretty sure he would go first.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Dwayne Haskins is going to go high, obviously, and he would be the more accomplished and experienced quarterback. But just on from what you saw against Nick Saban's defense last night on the biggest stage in college football, you would say, I'm picking him #1.
Yes.
Just on his prototype, 6'6", what's he go, about 215 or 20 or so?
Yeah, he's a big kid. He's going to be a big kid.
He's going to be bigger.
Yeah, he's going to be Roethlisberger size.
Okay.